Dr. Tara Robertson is a clinical psychologist with Bell & Health, and she's here this morning to talk about keeping the stress down low. Good morning.
Good morning.
That was a good idea, and
They
have fun doing it.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea. Paring back is what it's really all about. We tend to think that we need to be these super people at Christmas time. We should be doing all the shopping, buying for everyone, decorating everything, planning these extravagant meals. And the bottom line is, it's just too difficult. It's too much to be piling into a very short period of time.
So what do you do if you want to make some changes and you're worried about approaching family members? I don't think I could go to my in-laws and say, sorry, I'm not buying gifts for everybody this year. How do you do that?
You know, that is really difficult, but you have to be very firm with them, and you just have to be open and honest. What you often find is that people are really okay with that. It's expensive for everyone. As people age, they have more of a fixed income, so it gets difficult, but no one ever wants to bring up the subject. So it can be tough, but once you do, what you find is people are often very relieved by it, and they're really okay with it. And then you're not walking around hanging on to all that stress and anxiety, worrying about it.
And I've been finding that on a lot of people's lists. They're asking for gas cards, grocery cards. They're not even asking for fun gifts anymore. They need to get through life.
You're exactly right. They need to get through life. Spending is really down in terms of shopping this year because the economy has been very difficult. People are out of work. They're not able to spend $500–600 on Christmas presents this year. So they're really going back to giftless holidays where they're spending time with one another, volunteering, giving back, or going to homemade presents instead of going out and spending all this money that people really don't have. And that just leads to depression and more debt after the holidays.
And setting limits is important. How do you figure out what that limit should be?
That's tough. You know, that's part of the open conversation with relatives or friends, whoever it is that you might exchange gifts with typically, and just say, this is really what I've got to work with. How do you guys feel about it? Can we make this work? Does this sound reasonable? And usually people are very comfortable with that, and you can just sort of go from there.
It is hard to let go.
It is very hard. It's very hard. It's hard to let go of old traditions, but in doing that, you're able to build new ones.
Finally, what are some other ways that through this next month we can keep our stress down?
One of the problems with the holidays is that we tend to just throw out all of our good habits. So we tend to stop exercising, we're eating a lot of fatty, high sugar foods,
going to cocktail parties,
drinking alcohol, and unfortunately those things all equate to depression. So we really need to be minimizing those things, cutting them out, keep with our healthy habits, get some exercise, take some time for yourself on a regular basis, and do some positive things. You know, take some deep breaths, relax. Don't be out shopping on the mall, going crazy every night. You know, take some time for you.
Awesome advice. Thank you so much, Dr. Tara Robertson with Bell & Health. Take a deep breath and think about some new family traditions.